Aloha! Welcome back to the Anxiety Coaches Podcast. I'm your host and coach, Gina Ryan, and I'm so happy to be with you again today as we consider the many ways to bring your mind and body back to its natural peace and calm. In today's episode, I'm talking about the question I get all the time, am I going crazy? And so this I want to have with you today is a grounding conversation on anxiety and panic. I feel deeply in my heart about this because I hear it all the time. And I know that I had that question myself. I hear it in my coaching sessions, in the Facebook groups, and in quiet moments of conversation with people all over the place, not even knowing who I am and what it is I do for work. It's a question that surfaces whenever we as humans are overwhelmed, we're flooded, and we're desperate for relief. The question is, am I going crazy? Let's just let that sink in for a minute. Have you ever asked yourself that? If you've ever whispered or maybe even screamed those words in a moment of panic or spiraling anxiety and a trip down the wormhole, I want you to know you are not alone, not even a little bit. As a matter of fact, this question is incredibly common. When someone is navigating anxiety, panic attacks, or any intense stress response, you might feel like your mind is spinning out of control. Your body is shaking, your thoughts are racing with the worst case scenarios. That's where the mind goes. That's the negative bias. You are not wrong in doing that. And suddenly you wonder if something is truly, deeply wrong with you because it feels horrible. It feels so distressful. As a matter of fact, when I was in the depth of my anxiety, I remember thinking I was going to die. The feeling was, oh, this must mean this is it, because it's an incredible feeling of no control and that you are losing it. You are going crazy. But let me offer you a grounding truth right now. If you've had those feelings and those thoughts, I want you to remember you are not going crazy. You are having a very real and very overwhelming physiological response that can feel like madness, but it's not. So let's walk through this gently together. When we enter a panic state, it's because our nervous system has been triggered into the fight or flight response. It's primal, it's automatic, it's how your body is built, and it's not your fault. And it doesn't mean there's anything broken about you. Your body is releasing the adrenaline and cortisol, the stress hormones, at a very rapid pace. Your heart pounds, your breath is shortened, and it's in the upper third of your chest, and it's fast, and your mind is racing. You have thoughts of all kinds of things. You couldn't think that fast if you wanted to, but those stress hormones have your mind racing, and it is going fast. Your hands might even tingle. Your legs might feel like jelly. I remember that feeling so clearly. You might even feel detached from your surroundings or from your own body. And we've talked about that in other episodes, where that is another way for the body and the mind to deal with these stressful situations. These sensations can feel terrifying. They can mimic the symptoms of very serious diseases, such as heart attack. But, and this is the key, they are a false alarm. Your alarm system is perceiving danger. Your brain's alarm system is perceiving danger, but the truth is there may be no actual threat around you. You're not going crazy, you're overstimulated, and your system is flooded. You have way too much of your adrenaline and cortisol flooding your system, trying to get you to do something that is fight or flight, which is not appropriate for the situation you are in because you are most likely already safe. Because if you weren't safe, you wouldn't be sitting around thinking about how you were feeling. You would be acting. You would be taking care of what you needed to do. I've talked about that many times. If you have to run, this is a good thing to have this alarm going off. And if you have to fight a tiger, that is a good thing that your body is in that state. But you were thinking about the email your boss sent you. And that is not a dangerous situation for you in the moment. So your body is ready for fight or flight, and all you had was a thought about an email. Your body is overstimulated. It is a false alarm, and you are okay. And the biggest thing that I want you to remember is that this feeling, it passes. It passes every time. Every single panic episode, no matter how intense, follows a pattern. It rises, it crests, and it falls, just like a wave. Picture it in your mind as a wave. The body cannot and does not stay in that acute panic state forever. And I know how real it feels in the moment. So let's talk about what to do when you're actually in that space, when you're feeling like you're slipping, you're spinning, you're unraveling, you are going down the wormhole. First off, when you feel like you're losing it, I want you to remind yourself of the truth. Say it gently to yourself and say it as often as you need. I am not crazy. I am overstimulated. I have to giggle saying that because I know this feeling. And when I finally got it through my head that this was a reaction, it was not a crazy thing, I wasn't losing my mind, it really starts to settle down. So say it to yourself. I am not crazy. I am overstimulated. Naming what is really happening helps to restore your sense of control and being grounded. The second one I want you to do is I want you to remember that this will pass. Even if you don't feel like it in the moment, say it anyway. Quote, this too shall pass. This is a wonderful mantra to say and keep handy at all times. This too shall pass, because it will. The storm always moves through. Third, I want you to get present. Use your senses to orient to the here and now. What do you see? What can you hear? Can you place your hands on something comforting? Maybe your own heart or a pillow or pet your pet. Ground yourself in the moment. Reality is often a lot safer than the story that your anxiety is telling you. And number 4, I want you to reach out, talk to someone who is got their feet on the ground, that is feeling safe and secure. Maybe it's a partner, a friend, a coach, a therapist, somebody online in a group that you go to. Say, hey, I'm feeling out of control. Can I check in with you? That connection can help bring you back into safety. And you may need to do this a lot in the beginning. But just know that you will move past this also. These people that may need to give you a reality check or help you to feel grounded in the moment will eventually not need to be there for you all the time, because you can do this yourself. One of the ways you can do that is number 5, you can breathe deeply. You can try Buddha belly breathing. You can place one hand on your belly and one on your chest. You can do this with me right now if you are in a place that's appropriate. Breathe in slowly through your nose and let your belly rise. And exhale gently through your nose or your mouth, letting the belly fall. This gentle belly breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's natural calming response. And a little side note here is you cannot have your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous system both going hard at the same time. It's like the gas and the brake. You got one foot and you're going to be pushing on one or the other. We're not using 2 feet with this. So if you are activating your parasympathetic nervous system, you are not activating your stress side of your nervous system. Keep that in mind. And you can do that with the belly breathing. Number 6 is to move your body gently. Sometimes we need to shake off the adrenaline. Literally, animals do it. We can see that all the time. Even birds, they will have a little squabble or a fight. I've seen ducks do this in the water, and they're doing, I don't know what they are fighting about. And then they go off to their own corners and they shake. I see the birds do it. We see animals do this. They shake out the adrenaline. We don't do that, but we can. We can shake it off. And if you are not in a place where you can actually shake, maybe you can stretch, maybe you can walk, maybe you can sway. There's a reason that many people move in these ways. Some people sway. You can flow like a jellyfish. Let the energy move through you instead of getting stuck inside you, because it takes energy for us to keep that down. And that is also reminding our mind and body that there is a problem. We're pressing hard to keep something hidden or down. Shake it off. You can shake your hands out in public. You can walk fast. You can sway or stretch, move your neck around. It's okay. Let that energy go. And it's important for us to remember these phrases that I used earlier. And I want you to put them in your back of your mind in case one of these can be helpful when you are going through this feeling like you're sliding down into the wormhole. I am not crazy. I am overstimulated. Remember, that's giving you the truth. And it's a great phrase to keep handy. And of course, my favorite that many people use, this too shall pass. That is an excellent one because it can get you through so many different situations. Remembering that that anxious feeling is like a storm or a wave. It cannot be there forever. Storms always pass. They move through. Keep those close. You can use them as you need them. And above all else, I want you to be kind to yourself. I see a lot of people being very hard on themselves lately, people that I am talking to in sessions. There is a lot of distress around, and they are being hard on themselves for feeling how they are feeling. I want you to be kind to yourself. This isn't a moral failing, having a overstimulated nervous system. It isn't a sign of weakness. It's your body asking for help, for regulation, for peace, and you can do that. You're not crazy. You're human, and your nervous system is doing its best to protect you. And sometimes the nervous system is a little overzealous, which is probably what you're going through right now. It's a little overstimulated. It easily gets triggered. It's like having a smoke alarm that goes off as soon as you put toast in the toaster. Like, no, this isn't what I need. This is a little bit too much. So we would want to have a smoke alarm or a nervous system that alarms us when we need to be alarmed, but not at every slight change in the environment. But we want to remember also that our nervous system and our fight or flight is a protective response. It is meant to be there. And if it's overly protective, it can be retrained. It can soften. And over time, with care and practice and compassion, it does. It does change. It does calm down. And that new place, that new calm becomes your new default. Just as the overstimulated, easily triggered nervous system became your default when you were nervous and anxious and panicked for a long time, that becomes our new default. We live there. The wind blows and our nervous system thinks there's a problem. That can change. You will change this over time. I've seen it over and over again. So be gentle with yourself. Take care of yourself, my dears listeners. I am so in your corner with this because I have been there. I want you to breathe and ground yourself and know that this too shall pass. Remember, healing doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from allowing, from softening, and from trusting that you are, in fact, okay. Even when it doesn't feel like it, you are okay. Thanks for spending time with me today. And now for today's quote. You are not the storm. You are the sky it moves through. And that author is unknown. I'll be back in a few more days with another podcast. Until then, be well and aloha.